just spent a couple of weeks at Mercy Care. The miracle of Mercy Care to me is that it exists at all. That in this huge slum, I think it's 2 square miles, and there are at least 500,000 people, maybe 800,000, that someone had the vision to take a small group of children and build it into this wonderful, amazing school. We now have almost 500 students there. And I guess the second miracle is that it all works, that the students come to school every day, that the teachers are incredibly dedicated, that everybody is just thirsty. They want more knowledge, they want to spend more time at school, and to look at the other children as we drive through the Mathare slums, and then look at the Mercy Care children. You can understand why they feel so lucky, why they are so proud of their school, because it is something marvelously good happening in a place where not much good happens.
Well, the majority of my students live in the valley, that is Mathare Valley, which is a slum that has abject poverty. Most of the parents are challenged economically, and so they live in a 9 by 7 room, and averagely there are about 7 or 9 of them in that particular room. So they come to Mercy Care from a background that they do not get enough to eat. They do not have adequate facilities in which they can have a restful night. And in a slum where violence and illicit brew is the order of the day.
One unique aspect of Mercy Care is that it is open to everybody. It is a multi-tribal school, so that young people from different tribes who, as we know, fought each other violently after the elections last year, are working together. And Mercy Care is really a haven of tolerance and love, happening in ways that maybe doesn't happen too often in Africa. And these kids have no trouble transcending the barriers that seem to divide the adults in their country. The self-esteem and the poise that these students have is a direct result of the leadership they receive from Patrick, the headmaster. And he just allows them to dream big and makes those dreams come true. While we were visiting, some of the girls' choral groups were competing at a national competition. And it was clear that they were the poor kids, that they didn't have, their uniforms were a little shabby, and they didn't have some of the fancy hairdos and things. But when they sang their hearts out, it was the inspiration of Patrick, and they did a beautiful job. They've placed first in several national competitions. And he just allows them to believe that anything is possible. And he's living proof that it is. These kids are creating this wonderful school in the midst of a place that is very unlikely.
Education is very vital in the valley, and it is through education that we can empower these children to have something they can rely on in life, so that they can go and fend for themselves. We also need people to come and visit us. We really appreciate when we see people not forgetting Mercy Care Center. You talk about it, you tell others about it, you introduce others to Mercy Care Center, and we feel very happy when we hear you pray for us. And by praying, we just see the answer to your prayer when you are seated down in Mercy Care Center. You are far, but we see, and we know somebody is praying, because certain things are like impossible. But then when you come and find that the whole situation has been solved, then you know that somebody is praying there. So don't forget about Mercy Care Center.
I felt really honored to work with the students. I didn't know what to expect, what level of achievement, how the teachers were doing. But the truth is they didn't need our help at all when it comes to instruction. It was they who gave to me in being allowed to be in their classroom and work with them and laugh with them. But just the positive attitude, the thirst for knowledge, the love of language, the way they help each other. There are a lot of street children around Mathari, around Mercy Care, and they never go hungry. Either Patrick or the other students, they all look after each other, and whatever level of gifts they have, they share.
There was a